All right. So we tried to go live a minute ago and it didn't work out. So I'm gonna try this one more time. And also, guys, I'm using a mic this time, so hopefully you get some better audio from this. So let me know how the audio sounds. Let me know how everything else is. And this video, I want to talk to you guys about the poop coop, about what we're going to do with this thing and how you guys want to handle it. Okay. That's what the purpose of this is. Now, we talked about this last time before we bought the car, but now that we've gotten it, it needs a lot more work than what we thought. So, like, how are we going to go about this? I mean, ultimately, I'm going to have to do the car the way that works for me, but you guys can absolutely throw some good ideas out here. All right, so we're good. Okay, so we're actually out on the water right now. Well, not really much happening, but we may flip the camera around so you don't have to look at my ugly face. Maybe we'll get to see a good boat fail or something like that. So anyway, there's been many ideas and options tossed around about, maybe doing like a 351, a Windsor, or maybe even a Cleveland or something like that. So we very well may do that. But how do you guys want to handle the parts? So now we can pretty much budget this thing to death, meaning I think we have most of the parts that we're going to need to get this thing up and running. Now it won't be fast or anything like that. The one thing that I can see me reaching out at the moment to subscribers for might be like a set of GT40 heads or something along those lines. We don't want to go crazy with this thing to start with. In the beginning, when we get it running, I think the most important thing would be to just get it going and maybe like throw a cam in it, and possibly like a set of GT40 heads, like home ported. So anyway, let me read some of this, show some skin. No, we got a shirt on today. Y'all, I am burnt slap up. This is 2 weekends in a row at the lake, and I am burnt up. So yeah, we got to have a shirt on today. Super budget. So everybody seems to really like the super budget approach, which I'm game for, because the whole purpose of this car is to, somebody made a comment, and 20 months. Happy birthday to Ford Matt. Ford Matt, man, happy birthday, brother. Shelby County, what's going on, brother? Hey, I was glad to see you guys at Ford Takeover, by the way. Glad y'all were able to make it. 20 months he's been a member. Somebody made a comment along the lines of, why don't you do it like a 16-year-old would do it with no money? That's a very good point. Now, some other people had mentioned, well, why don't you go to swap meets and this and that? I'm going to be honest with you, going to swap meets is just almost out of the question for me. To do this thing extremely budget, like shoestring budget, is actually going to be harder than you might think. And the reason being is because sometimes it's easier just to, fork out the money and buy parts than it is to search around, Facebook Marketplace and travel here and travel there for parts. Now, I know it's probably going to piss some people off to say it that way, but it is just the absolute truth. I mean, when you absolutely don't have any other means, then you'll do anything necessary. But it's going to take a lot of time for me to do that if we choose to go that route. Now, on the other hand, I don't have a lot of money to put in this car, and we don't want to put a lot of money in it. We want to keep it as budget as possible. We're going to do some stuff with the paint. The car's not going to stay the way that it is right now. We are going to, I posted a 65 Mustang. So we're going to do something similar to that along those lines, and we're going to make this thing look cool for what it is. But I guess this live stream is really me asking you guys, would you rather send parts, or would you guys like to donate, I don't know, $10, $20, here and there, and let's see if we can go buy some used parts. It's kind of up to you guys. Now, I can buy the parts if that's what you want to do, but here's my thing. I think I mentioned it in the last video. I'd like to take the deck lid of the car, and anybody that's donated money or a part that we use will be written on the deck lid of the car, and then we'll clear coat over it. So I'd really like to include you guys. Now, I want you all to know this is not a new idea. For any of you that have been around the channel for any length of time, you know that the Calypso was actually, it used to be called the People's Fox, and that's where that came from. So many of you guys gave parts, and that's what got that car up and running. So this is not anything new to the channel. It's just been a while since we've done it. And on top of that, we are gonna put a twist on it. This car is not probably gonna be painted up pretty. So, but outside of that though, it's gonna be along the same lines because we got the Calypso running very quickly off parts that you guys sent in. So that was really nice. Matt, thank you so much. Man, you don't have to do that on your birthday. I should be giving you $20. So happy birthday, brother. I really do appreciate that. It's hard to see. So Bama 50 says that he's got parts. Okay. Well, Bama's right down the road from me. Wild Strawberry is my favorite. Let's see what else. Painted Wild Strawberry, Kentucky here. Yeah, this build's going to be a little unique because we don't know where it's going to go. I can't tell you what this thing's going to look like. I have no clue. I don't know if it's going to be a stock motor with stock heads. I mean, maybe we run across a set of heads. I mean, this thing is really up to you guys. This kind of really is going to be the People's Fox 2.0. But with that being said, it's going to stay that way for a while. Meaning whatever we put on it is just what we're going to try to make the best out of it. You know, I don't want anybody trying to give us a new set of heads or like some really expensive badass set of heads. That is not the point of this build. But if you've got like a set of GT40 heads that maybe you want to donate, because I actually have any, you know, we could go that route. I will tell you the car is going to be carbureted just because I don't feel like doing the fuel injection stuff. This car is stripped, as you all saw. So keep that in mind. I have a dash. We're going to go over to Georgia and we're going to try to get the dash out of that convertible car that we've got, if it's not ruined. And we'll probably, I don't know. We talked about gutting the dash and doing just like some custom gauges, like get some stuff from Summit, and put in the car. But you guys let me know what you think. Let's see if we can get in some of these comments here. I'm just trying to get started funds for the poop coop. Thank you for it, Matt. I appreciate it. Yep. Let's see. Don't forget that you stated how the Calypso got away from you based. Yes. Absolutely. So, Pimp, that's a really good point. He's saying, don't forget that when I first started with the People's Fox, that car kind of got away from me. Meaning I ended up doing a lot more stuff to that car that I didn't, I'm not going to say that I didn't want to do. But we kind of lost direction. We got to chasing horsepower and got to chasing stuff. But, you know, the channel needed that as well, okay? I mean, we needed to show that side of it, and we did. And that car has come a long way. But you're absolutely correct. We want to keep this car simple. So I think the thing to do will be use whatever we can get our hands on, get this thing running. Guys, the brake, there's like no brakes on this thing at all, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you, if minus the dash, this car is not any more blown apart than the Calypso was. The Calypso was completely, like that car needed to be crushed. I'm not gonna lie to you, that car was rough. This car is actually not that bad. I've read a couple of comments. People say it's too far gone. You know, I take that personally. It might be too far gone for you, but it's not too far gone for us. And that's the way I want to try to think of it, right? Yes, most people would probably discard something like that unless you wanted to just make a race car out of it, of course. But for us, I'm kind of in over my head in a sense. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's okay. It's just gonna take more time, that's all. So we're gonna slow things down, we're gonna take our time, and we're gonna get this done. So too far gone? Yeah, I mean, maybe for somebody, but not for us. We're gonna give it a go, okay? I'm in Southern Kentucky. Let's see, we got sugar ants everywhere out here. It's horrible. OG Superfly in the house. Guys, he's doing really good with his channel. I don't know if you guys have checked it out or not. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Dave Cross, Cybertruck versus everything in the comment section, he's actually the guy that I got the convertible from that we use the engine out of to go in the Calypso. And we also still have that car for parts, possibly for this thing. So him and his brother Matt. So that's really cool. Thank you guys for hooking us up with that. Coyote swap? Nah, I probably won't coyote swap it. It's just not really my thing, man. I'm not against coyote swaps. They just don't do anything for me. I would rather do a 351 Windsor or 351 Cleveland. Now we have two Cleveland engines. We have one that came out of a race car from back in the 90s. It's 4-barrel heads, like huge cam. Like this thing has got, I don't know, 11 and a half to 1 compression. We've got that engine, but I don't know if we want to do that or not. I want something simple. You know, there again, if you take this back to the root of what we're talking about here, let me just turn this around. You guys can look out there on the water. So, if you take it back to kind of the root of what this is about, it's all about using what you have. We have most everything to get this thing running. Let's see. So anyway, there's not a lot of people on here right now. There's 64 of you guys. But this video is for anybody who's watching it after the fact as well. So let's come up with a good plan to get this thing running. We can do the parts. Absolutely, we can. If people want to donate that, or we can do money. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I want you guys to be a part of this. I think it'll be really fun to do that. It would be easier to do, like for you guys to send money if you wanted to do that, and then we could just go out and buy the parts. Unless, of course, you just have something that we absolutely need and that we can't get. You know, I understand not everybody has the money, and this isn't me with my hand out asking for money. I need you to understand that this is just a very inclusive build, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So there's no money pocketed here as far as the money you send. Okay, I need everybody to understand that if we do this. But yeah, I think it'll be fun though to include everybody in it once again. That was really fun back whenever we did it with the People's Fox. Let's see here. Oh, we're still going. Let's see. I'm just reading through some comments right now. What's going on? We got Hanlon Motorsports in the house. But yes, I have heard from you guys, you know, you want to keep this thing super budget, and I can respect that, and I do appreciate that. And that's what we're going to try to do. It's just going to be a slow go. This is probably going to be more of a fall and winter project. Don't expect anything to happen really fast with this, but I think we're going to have a blast regardless. Let's see. I think 351 for sure. Yeah, basically it needs a 351. Big block old school. I'd like to do that too. We got everybody saying what's up to Hanlon in the house. So let me turn this back around and talk to you guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to keep it short because I didn't want to do another like full-fledged video on this car just yet. So the next video though that we will have with that car is going to be us getting it on the lift, looking at it and seeing what all it needs, because it's going to need a lot of stuff. And we'll just go from there with it. You know, what I'll do is once we get it on the lift, we'll make a list of parts that we need, and then you guys are welcome to either send that in, or if you want to donate, we can do that. And we'll also use channel money as well. But I just want to try to get you guys as involved as possible. And we'll see what happens, right? I'd really like a set of GT40 heads and maybe some type of small cam to put in this thing, to be honest with you. So we'll see where we go with that. So Timothy says he loves all the tips and tricks that you make when you run across an issue. Thank you, Timothy. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll continue to do that. So this is a 4-cylinder car, so we'll be swapping out K-member. We've got a K-member already. We'll probably put a fuel cell in the car rather than a gas tank. We have a couple gas tanks, but it would be easier to plumb this car for carbureted with a gas tank or with a fuel cell. But then again, hey, if we're trying to do this thing super budget, then we'll just throw a gas tank because that's what we got. We will basically run a line down to the bottom of the tank and we'll run it carbureted. You guys let me know. That's what I'm saying. These this is what we need to discuss here so that we all are on the same page of what we want to do. The car will be carbureted. I just need everybody to understand that right off the rip. It's going to be carbureted. Outside of that, we'll just kind of see where it goes. Almost would kind of like to do, say like $1,000 budget build on this car, like total, to see if we can get it running. But then that's going to come down to really begging and borrowing parts and things like that to try to get it to go. But I think with what we've got, I think we could pull it off. I think we could bust this thing off for $1,000 to maybe $1,200, possibly. The issue is going to be the intake and carburetor. That's where the money comes in. Outside of that, I mean, we've got everything we need to bust this thing off and make it run. So we'll see. Well, look, guys, I appreciate you taking a little bit of time on your Saturday. I'm going to go in here and probably put on some swimming shorts again, and we're going to get out here in this lake before the sun goes down. But thank you all so much. Be thinking about how you want this to go. I mean, I've asked you 2 times, I guess, already in 2 different videos, but I think we're starting to nail this down as to what we're going to do. It will not be a nice street car. We're not trying to put nice interior in this thing with AC. It's going to be a stripped down stripper car. I mean, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be stripped out. I don't even know that we're going to put door panels in this thing or carpet. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. So be thinking about that. The biggest thing that we're going to need right now there again is a set of heads, and maybe if somebody's got an intake, right? I think we got the carburetor things sorted out. But if anybody has a good 4-barrel intake, hey, let me know. We may use it. And we will put everybody's name on the car, on the deck lid. Anybody that's donated. Matter of fact, Format 77 will be the first one. So with his $20 donation. All right. I'm just reading some comments. Yes, for now, I agree, MJP. For right now, we'll just use the engine that's sitting in the garage. Cool. Guys, I think this is going to be a blast. I really do. And thank you all so much for all the support and everything else. I know this is kind of a weird live stream, I guess, but you know, we're at the lake and we've been spending a lot more time during the summer here, and I want to include you guys. I had some stuff on my mind and figured I better do a live stream. Memphis wanted me to do one earlier, so that's what we're doing right now. I'm gonna go in here, we're gonna cook, hang out, I'm gonna swim a little bit, and we're gonna call this one a day, guys. We'll be back. I'll shoot some video of the 65 once we get back tomorrow. I'm going to start on it. We got to cut out some of the floorboards, start with a patch panel in there, and that car is going to be back on the road here real shortly. Whew. Get over here where I can see a little bit. Put a lawnmower motor in it. I actually thought about that, believe it or not. Like putting like a Predator in it, like some of these guys do with these Hondas and stuff. But I mean, it'd be cool just to do. But I've got a Performer RPM you can have. So there we go, FL Fox Life. Yeah, I mean, an RPM intake is great, honestly. So I may get up with you on that. Just send me an email if you're interested in doing that. And there again, you know, we'll put your name on the car and all that stuff. But send me an email to brutalvlogs@gmail.com. It's really, really hard for me to answer emails and read through them all. But if you guys will title it Poop Coop or something like that, so I know what the email's about. So if you've got some parts that you're interested in maybe, you know, donating, just put Poop Coop up there. That way I'll know what it is. And I'll look through some of that stuff and I'll just kind of pick and choose, okay? What I don't want to do is get a bunch of parts from people and not use them. I don't want to do that. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you, we're going to have to be pretty picky on some of this stuff because it's got to work. You know what I mean? Like, it can't just be something that you got laying around that doesn't work. I mean, we can't use that, right? So it's going to have to be something that we can use. I got into a little bit of that stuff last time and I kind of felt bad. I ended up with a bunch of parts that I couldn't use. Cool, he said, I'll send it. All right, see, there we go. All right, so make sure that you give me your username. So it's FL Fox Life. Make sure that you tell me your username because I want to put everybody's username on the back hatch of the car. And here's how it starts, guys. I guess this is what we're going to do. We're going to donate parts, and you're welcome to donate a little bit of money if you want to. Don't try to go overboard with it, but if you want to throw 20 bucks in or something like that, you can do it in a live stream, or you can actually do it in any of the videos. I think there's like a thanks button that you can do. And if you do, though, do something along the lines of like hashtag poop coop. That way I know what the donation's for, and we'll put your name on the back of the car, and when it's all said and done, we'll clear coat it. I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, because normally we knock cars out like this extremely quick, too quick. We're not doing that with this car. I don't see this car touching the road until wintertime. I mean, I'm just going to be honest, if then, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We got some other stuff coming up with Andrew's car. He's building another engine right now for him and Joe Nadar. So we got that, we got the 65. So we'll see how this all plays out. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you taking some time out of your Saturday and hanging out with me for a while. But I'm about to go in here, probably eat something, cook something, and then get back in the water. So there again, if you're interested, email me at brutalvlogs@gmail.com and just subject poop coop, and we'll look at it. Somebody else gave some money too. I see $30 up here. Guys, I didn't see who that was, but thank you so much. I'll have to look back through. Yep, there we go, Murphy's Law. Thank you, Murphy's Law. I appreciate it. And you as well will get your name on the hatch of the car. We'll just write it in, clear coat over all of it when it's all said and done. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you in the next one. Hold on. Do you need some tail lights? Yes, OG. We actually do need some tail lights. I don't really care. I have a set of GT lights. They're pretty rough. But yeah, I mean, if you have something you would be interested in sending, that's fine. We'll put them in there and put OG Superfly on there. Oh, congratulations with the channel. I mentioned it earlier, but man, you're doing really good with this. I love what you're doing, so keep it up, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. And as always, thanks for watching.